Brian, I have a question for you.
What's up?
So, like, when you meet a potential lady that you're maybe wanting to invest your time in, do you just, like, when you meet her, you're like, okay, this is wifey material, and this is just, or maybe she's not wifey material, but she's just fun for the meantime? Is that, like, do you put girls, when you meet them, like, in that category of this is, like, a long-term relationship material girl, or is this a girl that I'm just gonna do the whole, what did you guys call, booty call thing? Do you do that? Because I do that.
You do that?
I do that. When I meet people, I put them into a category. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I maybe operate a little differently than some men on this, but I'm not even interested if a girl up front doesn't fall into the potential long-term, potential girlfriend category, not interested. I won't, like, even if I could have sex with her, not interested. So, but she can be in that category, but then, like, as throughout the pursuit, I can be like, oh, there's, like, red flags coming up, there's a difference of values, whatever, and then, but it wouldn't be like she goes into the other category, she goes into the I'm not talking to you anymore category.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, as far as my vetting and screening for a girl, I'm not gonna go out with a girl, I'm not gonna sleep with a girl that I don't have long-term interest in. So I have no interest in sleeping with a girl once, never seeing her again. No interest, like, seeing a girl once or twice, hooking up, and then never seeing her again. Not worth my time. So,
I love that.
Doc Venabilly donated $100. The only men that can have multiple O's are the same men that can menstruate. These gals spew the nonsense that passes for education these days.
Hey, Doc.
God help us all.
Yo, Doc, good to see you in the chat, man. I haven't seen you in a while, I think. Appreciate the TTS, man. It's exceedingly rare I've heard some guys can not have a refractory period. But to be charitable to them, they were saying, well, it's not really that. It's just they're refractory. There is a refractory period, but it's short, and then they can go 10 times a night. That's a bit.
It depends on the
That's
or anecdotal experience.
Like, personal, like, I literally know someone who's gone 6 rounds. Like,
yeah, personal.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
10.
I
don't think any of us are claiming that it's like super common.
I'm staying on 10. Like, I have a friend, personal in my life. Her guy can go 10.
I think that was her hand.
Oh, okay. Wait, but so just to go back to your question, Lexi. So there are guys in, like, who say this whole, like, recreational use only. So, okay, well, she's not worthy of a long-term relationship, but I'll fuck her. Or she's not worthy of a relationship, but I'll have sex with her for 3 months and just use her for sex. I don't believe in the recreational use only category, because the guys will make a lot of concessions for women in that category, like former sex work, high body count, promiscuity. I don't have the recreational use only category like some of these dudes. You are, no offense, it's no use only.
Yeah.
So I'm not,
but
if you don't meet my standards to be in a relationship, not even interested at all. So,
but that's really rare. You know that, right? Like, not a lot of guys are like that. That's why I ask, because a lot of guys do participate.
Players aren't like that, but I feel like normal guys who just want a girlfriend.
But I mean, that is why. Wait, hold on.
Maybe they're not gonna pass up the chance for pussy, but I feel like I got decent. I have decent dick discipline to the point where like I've had OnlyFans girls on the show that like want to like. I'm not.
But that's
interested.
exactly what
I
I'm
have a
saying.
question,
That
Brian.
with discipline, you have enough sexual discipline to not do those things. And like back to like what I do for work and stuff. If men had more of what you have, I would not be in business. You know what I mean? So it's like finding men that have that mindset is really rare, because nowadays a lot of guys are just doing it recreationally, like you said.
What percentage of guys do you guys both think are looking for recreational fun with women versus men that are like Brian that just want relationships or like wifey material girls?
I think it depends on age.
I was
That's
just
what I was
gonna
about
say
to
that.
Like
Age, for
college
sure.
boys definitely don't really want anything serious.
Yeah.
And then when they get a little older, they want.
Yeah.
It does depend on age, but I think it depends on morals. I think it depends on how a guy was raised. If he's looking for a serious relationship, not somebody just to have sex with, I think that's what it really depends on. Like irrelevant of age.
Because were you guys saying, was someone saying earlier that for men it's like they want sex, and for women they ideally want a relationship?
They want like
but
commitment.
like how many men actually do want sex as the ideal?
Well, I mean, I think part of it is the men who are pressed for sex are definitely more likely to, I don't know, I'm trying to think. The men who are pressed for sex are probably more likely to sleep with women that they otherwise wouldn't be in a relationship with. But then there's also player guys who aren't pressed for sex, but
Yeah.
it's like they just conquest, that sort of, don't want commitment or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure on
I
the
have
number.
a question for you. How old are you?
35.
So you have that mindset right now, which
Yeah.
most 35-year-old men do. But what were you doing when you were
wouldn't say
20?
Mm-hmm.
Were you just looking for a girlfriend, or were you sleeping around?
I've been relationship minded most of my life, even when I was younger. I perhaps was a little more casual when I was younger. But even when I was younger, I never had an interest in, like, for example, I never had an interest in sleeping with a girl just once. So I never had an interest in one night stand. I just didn't see the point. It was a waste of time for me. I always, if I wanted to sleep with a girl, I wanted there to be continuity. I wanted to continue seeing her. But when I was younger, I had some shorter term relationships that maybe lasted a few months. But always been fairly relationship minded, even when I was younger. So I actually encountered, though, when I was younger, the women wanted the one night stand. So I even encountered the situation where I was wanting something more. This happened maybe, I don't know, 2 times or something. And she was like, I was like, hey, let's hang out, let's do something. And then she was like, nah, I want to be a whore, to put it bluntly, basically. I mean, so yeah.
Do you think that stems from anything, like what you learned when you were growing up that made you realize that you don't want to be part of hookup culture, or?
Well, I think one is, so how do I frame this? Well, okay, I'll come at it from 2 angles.
Killer of Cereal donated $100. Single men out there, stick to your purpose in life. Feel like you don't have one? BS, get out there and find an interest to latch onto. Good women will find you when you are focused on what you love.
Yo, Kill of Cereal, thank you for the TTS, man. Really appreciate it. So to answer your question, well, there's, I guess, 2 ways to look at this. So even if your motivation is sex, I always thought to myself, like, the best sex, maybe people will disagree. I think the best sex you're going to have is with somebody you're regularly seeing, somebody you have a connection
100%.
with,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
somebody you have a relationship with, someone you have a connection, comfort with. Like, if you sleep with a girl, like, even if your motivation is like you just want to have sex, typically I don't think the first time you have sex with somebody is going to be the best time you have sex with that individual. It can still be good, but I mean, first off, as you get to know the person, just speaking on a practical level, you know what they like, they know what you like, you guys have each other totally figured out and wired. You have a comfort with each other. There's a connection there. And so even just looking at it on the sex level, I was like, and then, well, I mean, if you want to factor in, like, and then there's the comfort component is also like the risk of STDs too. Like, if you're with one person, they're with you, like, it alleviates some of the worry about, potentially STD. If you're sleeping with a new girl, every single weekend, and she's doing the same. It's like a little bit it's certainly risky. And then what else? What was the question again?
Like, what was there anything that led you to that? Anything that?
Oh, I remember the other thing. And honestly, it's just like, at least from the guy's perspective, it's just as somebody who's been for a pretty long time very focused on goals and stuff, it's an absolute waste of time trying to like regularly source like a new girl. It's just a massive investment to like constantly be going on dates, being on the dating apps, messaging like 100 different chicks. It's a waste of time. And I think as a guy, if you're with a really good girl, and you're like focused on something, like if you're an entrepreneur trying to do a business, whatever, you don't have time to be wasting like talking to like juggling 10 different girls, going on dates, going on dating apps. It's much better if you have a really solid girl there with you who's going to support you. It's not only going to free up time, she's going to be able to help you like get to where you need to be. If you have a good girl, though, if you're in a relationship with a chick, she can absolutely fuck your shit up too. Mm-hmm. So it's gotta be the right girl.
Right.
So if you are gonna be like entrepreneur on your grind, on your hustle, you gotta have the right girl, or you gotta be
Have no girl.
Single.
Yeah.
I think.
And not be
otherwise
looking.
It's gonna be a distraction. So anyway, I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. Thank you.
And yeah, I mean the same thing for girls though. If you get involved with the wrong dude, he's gonna fuck your life up. Yeah. So that's why you gotta be very careful with your time and who you give your attention to, because like the wrong person will fuck your life up. Even a friend. This is just general advice. You get the wrong friends in your life, he'll fuck your shit up massively. But a relationship, that's another level.
I absolutely agree, and I know I said didn't want to go into it, but I completely agree because my relationship, the longest one, was when I was 13 to 20 years old, and it was the worst of the worst that you can ever experience from a relationship, and it just, my whole, basically childhood into adulthood was totally messed up by just choosing the wrong person to want to be in a serious long-term relationship with. So I can totally agree with what you said.
Word.
Word.
Word.